Hi, and welcome to another episode of The Dirty Birder. My name is Joe Glass. I'm a bird photographer based in Pennsylvania, and today we're going over last year's spring migration for warblers. My first year doing warbler photography in 2022 was like something out of an adventure novel. Either that or Pokemon. It's a lot like Pokemon. To have thousands of these colorful neotropical birds seemingly show up overnight and in the somewhat unsuspecting forests of Pennsylvania. We have over 30 species of warbler that pass through Pennsylvania, each with their own distinct plumage and calls, making their way thousands of miles from South America up to the breeding grounds in North America, Canada, and Alaska. As far as photography goes, warblers are a challenge with a very high reward. They're small, fast, and fidgety little birds. So to see a warbler stagnantly perched on a branch for longer than a couple seconds, it is, in my experience, a rarity. For this task, we'll need good eyes, a fast shutter, and definitely some luck on our side. My first year happened to be pure luck as I stumbled upon a trail in Williamsburg, PA, and managed to get photos of many warbler species such as the cerulean warbler, the Canada warbler, the black and white warbler, the pine warbler, Blackburnian warbler, hooded warbler, Louisiana water thrush, worm-eating warbler, yellow-rumped warbler, black-throated green warbler, Tennessee warbler, chestnut-sided warbler, yellow warbler, and American redstarts. I may have missed a few in there as well. This year I had hoped to get photos of 4 new species that I had either not had interactions with or just not had been able to get any kind of good photo of before, and those species being the black-throated blue warbler, the northern Parula, the Cape May warbler, the bay-breasted warbler, and the ever-elusive Blackpool warbler. So today I'm trying to track down a northern Parula. And I actually, this morning, was here and I heard it within this area. I found it on eBird. Somebody reported it here a couple days ago. And I'm just hoping it stays in the area long enough for me to get a good photo of. So, well, things have taken a turn. It's okay, I got the raincoat, but I think since it's raining, I'm gonna look in the thicker brush just to see if I could see if anything's hiding out in there. I had no luck. No luck today at all. I waited the rain out and he was calling. A lot of tadpoles in that little pond right here. Yesterday, after I gave up on the Parula, I came here and there was a black-throated blue warbler that actually, I was looking for a cerulean because I heard a cerulean calling, and then I looked up, took a picture, and it was a black-throated blue. So I was able to get that yesterday, and I'm hoping that it's back here again today so I can get another better photo of it because conditions were kind of dark. That's the weird thing about this week this year, is that it's been overcast almost every single day and raining almost every single day. And usually that would be kind of a good thing as far as the overcast goes. However, sometimes it's actually too overcast and you're working with minimal light with fast birds, so that's not really the optimal situation you want to be in. But we're gonna get out there today and just see what we can get. All right, well, had no luck further north. Today I drove 3 hours and was searching for a bay-breasted warbler, and that didn't really work out because it wasn't there. So now I'm going to the same location that I got prairie warbler at last year, and there's also a reported Brewster's warbler here last year. So we're gonna see what we can get. I'm running out of time on my card, so I'm not sure if I'll be able to video any of it, but I will show you what I get if I get anything afterwards. Okay, so the prairie warbler was a success. I was able to come back up here, and like clockwork, he was back here. So what I'm gonna do now is just get a short little clip with the time I have left on my GoPro. So I will show you the environment up here just so you can see the difference between this and all the other warblers that I have gotten so far. But as you can see, this is a much more open kind of secondary growth area of the forest. And this is on up. That's actually where last year there was a reported Brewster's warbler. So all in all, that's just a quick little bit of information. I'm gonna get out of here because the clouds aren't really cooperating anymore. So just got to work with what you got sometimes, and I tried and I achieved. Oh my god. Also, I'm pretty sure I saw a bobcat up here. It was very small, but had no tail regardless. All right, well, I just saw a huge pileated woodpecker back here. I am at my second location today. It's probably day 10 of this stuff. I think it's the 9th, so that would make sense. Yeah. So basically I'm back up here for the prairie warbler, but I'm gonna ignore him for the most part today, pass him up, see if I can get to the spot where the Brewster's warbler's at, or was last year, and see if I can hear some calls from him. Okay, so I'm gonna start walking back now. There was no Brewster's warbler. Got a couple shots of a yellowthroat, but nothing substantial, I would say. So I'm gonna go back, try to get a couple more shots of the prairie warbler, and then probably call it a day because I gotta get back home. So not having the same luck as the year before, and only being able to get a semi-good photo of the black-throated blue warbler and no photos of the northern Parula, I decided to change locations. I know it was getting kind of later in the migration, so I decided to change locations, go to a location closer to State College, PA, and managed to get some things to work out for me there. So getting to the location, I immediately heard northern Parulas all around me, but they were so high up in the canopy, I really couldn't manage to get a great shot of them. And as much as I wanted to call the birds down, I knew more so it was my fault that they weren't further down, because I did not get there early enough in the day when they would have been coming down further to feed. However, I still did manage to get a decent photo of a northern Parula, good enough for me to consider it checked off the list. And with that done, all as I really had left to do was get a bay-breasted warbler and a blackpoll warbler. Alrighty, well, back up at this location where the bay-breasted warbler was seen a couple days ago, and I am only hearing red starts right now. The weather was supposed to be overcast at this point in the day, and we don't have that, so I'm just gonna walk around a little bit. Hopefully some clouds move in, and hopefully we can hear this bay-breasted warbler. There is a Magnolia warbler and a common yellowthroat in here. Magnolia is one of those that I have yet to really get a good photo of also, so we'll see what we can do. I couldn't turn on the GoPro while I was doing it, but he actually came in and got right on those branches, and it was awesome. He was within range by far, and I got some really sharp photos of him. I just hope I got that one photo that I really wanted of this species. So it was really cool to see him just doing things in his natural environment. You know, I didn't call him at all. I pitched a couple times, but I already knew that he was in the area to begin with. So that was just to see if he'd come any closer, and he didn't. So we'll see about tomorrow and the next day with the bay-breasted, but I am actually extremely happy with the Magnolia warbler shots that I got today. So with all this in mind, with migration starting to kind of wrap up, I thought that I needed to change locations once again and kind of go for a more heavy hitter place. Presque Isle in Erie is a great place for warbler migration. I went there last year for a couple days, and I guess you just have to see what I got. Well, couldn't have asked for like a better day, I don't think. It's perfectly gonna be overcast as the sun comes up. Right now I am at Gull Point. I I don't know if it's Gull Point Lookout or Gull Point Trail or whatever it is, but this is where I'm at. Not too bad, but yeah, pretty cool. I'm gonna go get ready. Okay, so I've made it to Presque Isle State Park, to a location that I've been looking at for a while. It's a very specific location, which is the Graveyard Pond Trail, and I'm about to walk it now. There's a few bay-breasted that were reported here, and drove 3 hours last night, slept 3 hours, and now I'm here. So just gonna see what's here, just walk this trail. So my first day at Presque Isle acted solely as a scouting day because I think I just couldn't control my excitement, and I kept overpassing birds. There hasn't been much because I was just hearing more and more birds, more and more different species that I had never encountered before, and that kind of just had my mind everywhere. I was bird brained. The second day I was able to kind of calm down, was able to find a spot where actually all 3 species that I needed to get were. So there are warblers all around me. I didn't even have to move from that spot, which is incredibly weird that just happened to be the case, that all 3 of these warblers that I had been after the past 2 years just happened to be right where I needed them to be. All in all, coming home with the photos that I did, I was extremely happy. I think next year I want to get a little bit more environmental photos of warblers and still continue to try to get some of the species I have yet to get. So with all that said, warbler migration last year ended up being a success. While I didn't get as many photos as the year before or as many species, I did track down the species that I was looking for specifically and managed to get, I would say, decent photos of them. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe. Feel free to check out my website. There are prints of the photos featured on this show there. And that's all.